Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. My name is Carmen, and today we are going to be delving back into the Expanse with Season 1, Episode 6, and I am really excited. For some reason, it feels like forever since I've watched this show, even though it's been like maybe a week. Yeah, I don't want to ramble, I don't want to do anything but watch this show, and then we will talk about it after.
I need to borrow your spy on Tycho Station.
What for?
To keep an eye on Fred Johnson.
Well, you can't have him.
Why not?
Who's their spy? Who else at Tycho
Prepare
Station?
for docking.
I have half a platoon of pissed off Martian Marines who are just itching for some payback.
As a Corvette-class Martian frigate that typically cruises 30, I only see 2 of you. That tells me that you're trying hard to hide your numbers, and I'm confident that there's no Martian Navy on board. If they were, they'd be out here speaking with me now. You.
He did not buy their bluff at all. What is he doing?
I'm taking control of the Tachi right now.
The hell you are.
Right there! How's it going out there?
Sir, we have a problem.
You don't want to fuck with them.
Your men, I think they got all the good stuff.
Oh no, are they gonna find it in his hat? Don't
You
look-
are the station joke. Should
Oh,
be
no.
in a black theater right now, buying each other rounds, talking future plans.
Try it on.
You keep missing the point.
That's
Okay.
why you gotta make the Mao case disappear.
He threw the hat down. Oh, he thinks that they were.
Love with Julie Mao.
He thinks they were together or something.
Then why is my money floating away? Sabag! Stupid good-for-nothing rat.
He did it though, right? When he took whatever it was out of his helmet.
Impound our hull. There's nothing left for your tax man.
Are we being too hard on you? Should we cut you a break?
We are just trying to feed our families, okay?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for you. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, shocking. You
When
seem
God gives you the right
like
to
an
life's
asshole.
riches.
Oh.
Leave him alone!
He didn't mean. Hey, I went easy on you before, but now you're not gonna pass through the restricted zone on your way home.
But die for sure.
That's your problem, not mine.
Why are these guys such assholes?
So what is this? Goodbye.
I want them to stay together. They my crew.
All that's waiting out there for you is more trouble. More death. Why are you so hell-bent home?
Because this is my fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say he feels responsible because he answered
What is?
the scopulized distress signal.
I love the distress call on the camp.
Amos,
Listen to her.
Let me clear this up.
I knew.
Yes, okay.
Holden did the right thing.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know.
Makes me emotional. I want them to like bond and be a team. Like,
You were afraid of me.
I think she just didn't know how you would react. I need to know more about Amos. Like, what the fuck?
Just like your sister. Is that right? Wasn't she like 15 when you let her die out on a belt?
Would you like me to tell you the real story?
Yes.
I'm sure you told some.
My sister Athena was touched by the hand of God. The most beautiful child in all the belt, the smartest.
Oh, okay.
Her bones were like chalk, an impossible burden for a dirt poor family of rock hoppers. I had 3 other sisters to think about.
So he killed her?
Our family was starving, and that makes me a monster.
I mean, kind
There
of.
was no script.
Is he listening to dolls or is that somebody else? What is he doing? What is he doing? Did he literally just drop him off in space or did he kill him? I mean, essentially he killed him, right? He left him adrift in space.
Fred Johnson turned his back on Earth. The OPA killed your son. You sure this isn't personal?
You're damn right it's personal.
All right, keep me in the loop.
He's like, okay.
Of course.
Killed her son. Did we know that before? I don't remember knowing that before. Wait, this club is on There's a club on this place? I thought it was for Mormons.
I'm Daniel. I'm not interested, Daniel. What are you, the union rep? I grew up in places like this. Grew up.
Clubs?
I'm gonna stop talking. 2 more, please. It's an honest living. It's more honest than most.
Prostitution?
And you can tell a lot about a place by how they treat their people.
Is that what we're talking
Fair
about?
enough. You're not married.
He's not?
What makes you say that? Like I said, I grew up in places like this. I was married. Out on a run, all I could think about was getting back home. Lying in my bed, all I could dream about was getting back out here. I'll tell you one thing. Flying the Rocinante back there, that was just about the best feeling I've ever had.
I could use a drink. Charge the friends to him.
Yes. Bonding! Bonding! Team bonding! Are they supposed to kill him? They're not gonna kill him, right? Wait, who shot them? Is it Havelock? No, it's his girl! Yes, I like her.
Can only live so long.
With a boot to our necks, that's okay. Stay long, you are an unauthorized intercept force. A judge
Oh, he's
Someone will find you out.
Someday, things gonna change.
killing himself because he's not supposed to go in the restricted zone. Okay.
Man's gonna stand up.
What if they don't find him though? Then he's just dead. I guess he's not that far away, but he's in fucking space. I miss
I
Chef.
miss you, pal. Wherever you are. I hope no one there needs medical attention.
What's he doing?
Why did you come back for us?
Well, you're only there because of me.
Why?
Would you have come back for me?
At the time, with all those bullets flying? Probably not.
He has the... Oh, it's the thing that... fuck.
I'm using my last remaining brain cells to try and kill my last remaining brain cells.
Who is this? Who is he?
Make yourself forget it.
I mean, he's not wrong. The mind does process
Appreciate
things
that.
differently than they really happen.
It's terrible advice.
I like them. I like them. They kind of ship it, y'all. They're gonna kiss. Or are they gonna kiss? That's so awkward. That's so awkward. Why would you pull away? I mean, I understand. It's not take advantage of her in an emotional moment, but it was so awkward. That was so awkward. Yay, they're gonna go with them.
Spare us the speech.
The ship's ready. Do you?
Yes.
I guess we lost Amos.
Oh, he'll be here in a sec.
Okay.
My team.
We'll bring your Lionel Polanski home, if he's out there. In return, I want you to help me find someone.
Who?
Someday I'll come to you with a name. No questions asked.
I'll do what I can.
I want to know. It's gonna be the person that she didn't say goodbye to, but. Ooh, yes, tell me.
It's not dormant, it's giving off heat. I'm seeing molecular reactions, vibrational resonances all across the spectrum. Can you hear me?
Where'd this recording come from?
Phoebe. That's what I think. Phoebe Station.
I meant, where'd you get it?
Julie Mao.
We know who's pulling the strings?
She's being sus AF right now.
Scientists on Phoebe discover something. Something big. It'll tip the balance of power. The OPA gets wind of it. They send a crew out to steal it.
You tell anyone about this?
Just you.
What about this?
Copies.
This is sus. She's sus. She's sus.
Can't copy.
She knows something.
Erase Detective Miller's case files and cancel all his clearances. You're fired.
They're part of it. This makes me happy. Oh, that's it? That's the end? Okay, so that was a really, really good episode. I feel like I always say that with this show, but it always has been so far. I loved the team bonding that we got, learning a little bit more information about all the characters. That is great, and just furthering the mystery of what's going on. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the fact that there is a spy on Tycho, and we haven't found out who it is. So Christian was talking to that guy. I don't know if we learned his name. And she basically blackmailed him because his son, Escobar, something like that, is getting out of prison or is having an appeal to get out of prison or something. And she wants the spy to tell her information as well as him. So yeah, we're just gonna see where that goes. Yeah, that's kind of all we know right now. So I can't speculate too much because we don't know that much. We just know there's a spy and he's spying on Fred Johnson. Speaking of Johnson, in the beginning of the episode, him and Holden had sort of an exchange, him and Holden and Amos, where they are trying to decide if they should trust him, so they're bluffing, and then he's trying to decide if he should trust them, and then they sort of eventually kind of had enough on each other to mutually assured destruction sort of thing, so they kind of trusted him a little bit. But Naomi is warning against completely trusting him, and she's obviously right, because Johnson ended up getting the information that Captain Yao gave to Lieutenant Lopez. And as far as we know, we didn't see him giving that information to Holden and company. So what is he going to do with this information? How is he going to use it? And can he be trusted at all? We still don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. If he's connected to Dolls at all, I don't think Dolls is trustworthy. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards not trusting Johnson at this juncture, but we'll see if that changes as we learn more information throughout the episodes. But again, the fact that he has it looked like an SD card, but I don't know what it was. The little information card that Yao gave to Lopez kind of makes me a bit iffy on him. So, to kind of piggyback off of that, they are on a mission for Johnson right now, trying to find, hold on, let me see, I wrote it down, Lionel Belansky, which is a code name of the person who survived the scopuli. So, I want to say that has to be Juliet Mao, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like whoever has done all of this, destroyed the Canterbury, destroyed the Donager, has Juliet Mao. So I don't know where this Lionel Belansky is or how it could be Juliet at this juncture. I don't know why I keep saying juncture. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna watch and see, but I don't know. I guess Lionel Belansky could also be the guy in the video from Phoebe Station that Miller showed to the captain at the end. So I'm kind of leaning towards it being him over Juliet because, again, I think she's captured with whoever is doing all of this. So I don't know how they would be able to find her. So I'm going to say that guy might be Lionel Belansky, but of course that's a code name anyway. But yeah, that's just my guess. Something I really, really liked about this episode was the sort of team bonding kind of aspect that it had to it. I'm glad that Holden finally came clean to everybody that he was the one who answered the distress signal from the scopuli. I like that everybody wasn't as upset as I assumed they would be, but I do also wonder if that's because he has proven himself time and again to be on their side now. And they are kind of bonding more as a team. I wonder if the dynamic would have been different had he told them at the start versus telling them now. I mean, I guess we'll never know, but I kind of lean towards thinking that it's good he told them now. Aside from that, as far as team bonding, we also saw Amos and Alex hanging out at the like club bar place that's on Tycho Station, and that was a really cool moment to see because we got to hear a little bit about Alex and how he was married but is not. I'm assuming the picture he has is of his wife and son. I wonder if they just got divorced or if something more depressing happened there. I am curious. If they just got divorced, he is very much a Bones character, you know. Like, he is anyway, but he's Bones. He's a Bones kind of character. If you've seen Star Trek, you know why I think that, and yeah. I also really liked learning more about Amos. We learned that he grew up in a place like this, so some sort of station, presumably, or some place where the things that are happening on the station happen. I don't know. I guess we didn't learn that much, but any sort of tidbit about Amos I find interesting. Like, I like that he kind of stood up for the sex workers and that he doesn't have a problem with it. And I think that's kind of cool how maybe in the 23rd century that's a bit less taboo, as well as I saw a lot of same-sex sort of couples or what appeared to be same-sex couples. So I kind of hope that that's something that's less taboo as well, that they're showing us in this. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I like learning anything about Amos and Alex, and so I want to learn more about them in the future. Like, just tell me all the things, all the facts, all of them. Like, I want to know. We learned a little bit more about Dawes' past. He had a sister named Athena, and apparently he's known for, or maybe it's lesser known, it kind of seemed like Miller said, that he killed her. And when he told the story, I thought he was going to tell a story about how it wasn't true, like maybe she killed herself, maybe it was an accident, maybe something happened and, you know, he just got blamed for it in a way. But he definitely just straight up admitted to killing his sister. And the thing is, I sympathize with his situation. You know, his family was very poor. He had 3 other sisters. His sister being sick to the extent that she was sick sort of put his family in a very bad position financially. And obviously in series, finances are not great to begin with. So they were very much poor, kind of destitute, and his sister being so sick it just made matters much, much worse for his family. So I can understand that aspect of it, but like, I don't understand his framing of it like, I did a good thing, you know, like I was worried about my other 3 sisters, my family, so yeah, I just killed this one to save like all of us. And I have a real issue with the way that that's framed, but I also have an issue with the idea of sacrificing one life to save a lot of lives, because I think that when you devalue one life, you devalue all life. So, you know, and I know maybe that's not a popular opinion, I don't actually know, but I just don't like Dawes. I think he's sleazy, and while I can sympathize with the struggle that he went through, it doesn't excuse him from the horrible actions that he's committed, or acts that he's committed. It was sort of a little bit of a side story, but the abandoned miners with Uncle Mateo, and I don't remember what his nephew's name was, but they were doing the mine, and then the asshole Martian police, I don't know who they were, came in and they were just assholes, right? And then he left his nephew floating through space, and he went into the restricted area so that he would get killed because he was tired of living this way. As a belter, you know, he said the same thing that I think Holden said about the boot being on the throat of the belters or something like that, right? And I understand where this guy's coming from as well, but it's just not a great choice for rebelling, I guess. I don't know. His nephew, what if his nephew doesn't get found? Then he's just floating through space and he's dead. you know, that's not great for him. And I mean, this guy clearly had some problems. He was an alcoholic. I don't know what he did. I feel like he did something that made the asteroid that they were getting blow up in the first place and then blamed it on his nephew. I could have read that wrong, but what did he pull out of his helmet and drop? I don't know. I thought that was kind of a strange storyline. I'm not sure how it connects to everything else, but we'll see. I understand that it further reiterates the way the Belters are treated in relation to the Martians and the Earthers. So I get that. And I don't know, maybe the nephew is going to come into play at some point. We'll see. I also really liked the scene where Miller is about to get tossed into space and his ex, the woman that also works at the police station, whose name I cannot remember, so if you know it, please let me know down below. I don't know. I'm not the best with names. But she came and she killed them, and then she had basically a breakdown because she'd never killed anybody before, which is, you know, totally understandable. I'm sure any normal person would have that reaction to killing somebody, even if it's to save somebody that you care about or it's a necessary action. It's not a natural human action to take the life of another human. So it's going to take an emotional toll if you're any sort of, you know, person, right? Any sort of normal person, right? Although I cannot stress enough how awkward and like cringe that scene was where they almost kissed and then didn't. Yeah. I don't do secondhand embarrassment well. I don't do like awkward things well. So I do really like and respect the fact that Miller understood that that would have been taking advantage of her in a vulnerable moment, and she was probably not thinking clearly because, again, this huge thing had just happened and she was seeking comfort with something familiar. So I like that Miller did not kiss her and take advantage of that, but it was just really awkward to watch and like... I'm really interested in the exchange between Naomi and Fred Johnson at the end when she said, one day I'm going to come to you and I'm going to give you a name and I'm going to want you to find this person for me. I want to know. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me. But like, I cannot wait to find that out watching the show. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same person that she didn't feel like she got to say goodbye to, that she was talking about to Amos about in a few episodes ago. So I want to know. I'm excited. I'm excited to learn more about all of these characters. I forgot to talk about this in the team bonding moment, but I also really liked Naomi and Amos's exchange. I don't feel like it's because she didn't trust Amos. I feel like it's because she just thought everybody was going to react negatively to this information, which they were reacting negatively, right? When they thought it was Holden's girlfriend. So it makes sense that they would react negatively. Why can I not say that word? When they find out it's Holden. So, I don't know. I don't want there to be tension in their relationship, and I'm glad that they kind of like fixed it at the end. So that makes me happy. I also liked to see Naomi and Holden bonding. I don't think I talked about that when I was talking about the team bonding, which I really liked. It just made me happy. And I'm glad that they are becoming like more of a team and that they decided to go with him and that this is like their ship now, right? So I don't know, it makes me really happy. It's like we got a crew, you know, and it's like, yay, this is my crew, and I really like them all. So I just want them all together. I don't know. I think the last thing that I want to talk about is when Miller took the information to the captain and she was acting suspicious AF. And then, of course, she was like, oh, you didn't show this to anybody else though, right? And then she put it in the little locker and then she fired him and all that shit because she's in the OPA's pocket and Dawes's pocket and involved in what's going on somehow. She'd seemed 0% shocked by the video of the guy at Phoebe Station. So she's involved in it somehow. How high up does this go? I don't know. I think that I have talked about every single thing in this episode that I wanted to talk about. I hope I have. Maybe I haven't, but I cannot remember anything else that I wanted to say right now. So yeah, just yay team bonding, and I cannot wait to see more of them being a crew and being friends and being like a makeshift family. Like, I don't know. I am a sucker for like makeshift family, mismatched people coming together, misfits and outcasts, and you know, just like that story of people coming together and building their own sort of family is like, it's what I like. So I can't wait to watch more of it. Okay, so that's it for this episode. As always, please let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And yeah, until next time. Bye, guys.